fucking raptor with mittens.
Hello and welcome back to, well, Guild Wars 2. So it's Wintersday, dropped yesterday, and I haven't had any chance to actually play it because of work and things. But yep, so Wintersday's back. It's here in Divinity's Reach. It's I was going to say mostly unchanged from previous years, but they've actually done quite a bit to change it. So much like the other festival, Halloween, that they re-updated, there's 3 lots of new achievements, groupings. Some of them are that you can do each annual, some of them are repeatable, like these ones that you could do forever for loads of achievement points, whatever. Well, they do cap out eventually at 25, and then some are permanent. These ones I've already done, so I didn't have to do it. But for the Winter's Presents, that gives you a skin, which looks like, so it's a shoulder piece. There's no actual skin for it. But it gives you a cool little snowing effect, which is nice. So yeah, some of these are pretty cool, but I don't really have much time to go through them. But obviously, if you're playing or you're not out of the loop, you always can log in and have a look for yourself. There's lots of titles that you can get and other bits. Now, the best part about Winter's Day is that it's really, really good. Oh, I just missed it. Oh, there's another one. It's really good for farming karma, because that is the main I don't know, I suppose, like currency that you're going to be using for this. So as you can see, everything costs karma, as well as maybe some other items which you actually buy with karma. So they added these snowballs as well, which are pretty rad. I already have one of these, which is pretty amazing. How you get the enchanted ones, I don't know. Oh, I could get that, so I could just get a coloured one. Might get a purple one, that'd be pretty fun. But yeah, so you can get crafting materials. These are new. These are pretty nice. You just like waste all your karma. I've wasted several 100,000. In fact, you'll be able to see on the screen. I bought 100 of these things and basically got no money because prices crashed. But whatever. They've got a whole bunch of recipes and stuff that you can get. Most of these aren't particularly that useful. So there is that, and then obviously there's the runes, again not amazingly useful. A whole host of extra items were added, like the foods and stuff. So in my other videos where I'd say, you know, oh, these are the best farming foods, well, Halloween has the sharpening skulls, or flasks of pumpkin oil and all that kind of jazz. And Winter's Day adds all of the foods, like for example the peppermint omnom berry bars, which are really, really good. 30% magic find, 40% gold, 10% experience, and 10% karma. Absolutely rad. They are the best food to consume for when you're doing stuff like farming events and just general PvE rubbish. So yep, on top of that, but then you're like, oh well, there's all these karma sinks, etc, etc. How the hell do I make all the karma back? Well, you can kill mobs. In fact, the first thing I killed, I got a wrapped gift drop, and then you can also use karma to buy rolls of wrapping paper, which are here. 504 karma for each one. I don't know if I've got a discount on that or not. I'm not really too sure. But then all of the other crap that you would get from like Winter's Day gifts, other things, you can buy the skins, like you can use a pop gun skin which you can buy for karma, and then you trade it up for a wrap gift. These wrap gifts you then give to orphans that you can find around Divinity's Reach, and you get about 2k karma every time you do that. You can there's a couple of achievements that are around that, but yeah, it's really good for farming karma. And if I believe there is only a certain amount of orphans you can go and visit a day and give a gift to. I can't remember exactly how many it is. I think it might be about 25, but don't quote me on that. So you have to maybe look around yourself and find that at this particular moment in time. But the other really, really good way of gaining karma is the jumping puzzle, which returns with a bunch of other activities. They've also added some new ones, and they've updated the old ones, shall we say. yeah, back to farming karma. The jumping puzzle, which is rage-worthy, very similar to the clock tower. It's fairly difficult, but now that they've updated it with 3 paths, so there's the Quagon path, which is easy, there's the snowman path, which is like a normal difficulty, and then there's the gingerbread path, which is really quick, and that's the hard difficulty. Your rewards apparently scale to which path you take. However, I was only able to do it a few times today, and I didn't manage to complete it because I'm out of practice. So if you're good at jumping puzzles, that is the way to get your karma. I've done it in years past, and I've just earned like hundreds of thousands, if not probably several million doing it. But then I end up buying shit tons of these gifts. Fucking presents. There we are. Wintersday gifts. As you can say, you can buy 10 of each, so that one's cheap, and then they go up in price. So it's 2,400. Buy a bunch of these. Blah, 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 blah. Boom. Then it goes from 2,400 to 2,800. But the nice thing is, you can just go boom, sell. Oh, lovely. 65 silver. Sorted. So yeah, there's that, and returning also is Tix's Infinirarium, which is pretty cool. It's like a little mini game where you get to go around and smash loads of toys, and it's kind of like tower defense. It's a really cool game mode. There's now structured Infinirarium as well, which is nice. Oh wait, no, that's Toy Apocalypse. Sorry, ignore that. The Infinirarium is the dungeon type thing, I believe, which is 5-man, and then the Toy Apocalypse is that one is the tower defense, which is pretty cool. Again, they all have assorted achievements. They've had rebalances and are way less buggy than they have been in years past. So there's those 2 activities that were added. There's also the Bell Choir, which is Guild Wars equivalent of Guitar Hero. Again, that's really cool. You have to do that for some achievements. There are Bell Choir. You could do that for the musical score. That one's pretty cool. I had a lot of fun playing that. They added another activity as well, which is the snowball fight. I played a lot of that, not last year, but the year before. That was really good. So I'm looking forward to playing that again when I've got some time off, which won't be for some time, but hopefully it'll still be around and people are still doing it. That one is over there, Snowball Fight, I believe it's called. Snowball Mayhem. There you go, Snowball Mayhem, which is pretty cool. Yep, just there. And I don't have any footage of that, unfortunately. I do, however, have footage of the race. As you can see here on the side, there's another one starting, which is just here. Get to race around Divinity's Reach. I actually really like it. It's really good. Yeah, 10 out of 10 from me. Always like doing the races because they're really fun. Let's see if I can find an orphan. So here are one of the orphans that I found. Well, you have to find in Divinity's Reach. They seem to have updated the character models. Don't remember them being that high res. Anyway, but you see, you talk to them, they say, "Oh, it's cold lonely around Divinity's Reach when everyone except you gets to celebrate Wintersday." It's like, oh, here you go, have a present. There you go, 1,650 karma. Lovely stuff. I probably should have used some of the candy canes. Again, if you're really into farming karma for whatever reason, candy canes give you a 10% increase. So you can actually stack up like plus 30% karma if you go ham with like the infusion. Oh wait, no, the infusion is what, 15%? So it would be 35%. So you could do that, and then you have the food, the Om Nom Berry bars, which is 10%, and then the candy cane, which is another 10. So yeah, that's really good. As it goes for other consumables, peppermint oil is really good. Some of the foods are actually really good. The tinned fruitcake, I think it's called. Tin of fruitcake. Yeah. So, you know, it's like raid quality foods that you can get, and they're all fairly cheap at the moment. This one's really good for like healing builds, which I'm going to be using on my druid Bobcast, who has yet to feature on the channel just yet. But yeah, so that's more or less it. The added rewards, there's the Hohotron defense kind of escort quest thing event that runs through here, so you go and donate to him. He's back here. Speak to him and then you can donate some stuff. I've already done it for the achievements, and then he drops presents when everybody has donated enough. There's also another donation thing for the people of Amnoon, which is quite nice because it ties in the new expansion, you know, because they're also humans and I guess celebrate Winter's Day in the desert. I don't know, I don't really know how that works, but maybe it does. And yeah, there you go, so bunch more skins that you're able to get previously. On top of the new skins, they also added a bunch of PvP and World vs World weapons, so we now have access to the Obsidian stuff. Yeah, so I'm not entirely sure how we earn these just yet, but they change depending on what colour you are in World vs World or PvP teams, I think. That's showing up currently as red, but I believe it burns green when you are in World vs World. So yeah, again, I'm not too sure, but that's the basic one: the Obsidian Torch, then the Slumbering. Well, I'm not gonna lie, this is the first time I've seen it, and that just is a wee bit shit, isn't it? What does the other stuff look like? Yeah. Yeah, it's not great, is it? Let's be honest. I kind of, well, yeah, no, I bet you've got to be a ridiculous rank to get one of those, and that's just looks bad. But yeah, so they added obsidian weapons anyway. I suppose you could grind for that if you really wanted to. On top of that, they are creating a 2.5 armor set for the glorious stuff, which you earn from PvP, and that's, yeah, so this is the current second generation one for the heavy, which looks alright, but much like the triumphant one, like you could get the sublime Mistforged triumphant stuff, and that gave you a pretty cool like effect, whereas this, I believe, you can upgrade to the legendary and it doesn't change at all. So maybe that's why they're doing it, but they aren't giving any details currently because they're still working on it. But at least, you know, they're actually doing something on that. Another thing I forgot to mention is to do with some of the crafting bits for Winter's Day. So the other day, actually, I crafted up all of my snowflakes into flawless ones. So I had loads. And you can now turn them into a new one, which is just normal snowflakes, I suppose, but they're green, and you can use these normal snowflakes to then buy snow diamonds, and then snow diamonds are what you use to buy like the most prestigious rewards apparently in Winter's Day, and you can just buy them straight off of the trading post if you really wanted to. So there's that to also do. If you're wondering how to go about doing that, they added some more new mount skins too. If you look on the Black Lion trading post, these ones actually look pretty good. To be fair, like, there was the whole mount gate thing, which I found hilarious, because the whole thing was just hilarious. But these ones are pretty cool. The spooky ones were a bit shit, not gonna lie. I didn't end up buying them in the end, because even though I wanted to, because it's just extra skins to, you know, spice up your mount collection, like World of Warcraft style. Yeah, they were just a bit crap, but you can get a fucking raptor with mittens. Like, holy, look at this, and his little Santa hat and everything. He's got like reindeer bells on his reins and everything else, and it just looks really silly. I do like. Oh, I love just the silly ones, especially the jackal as well. Rudolph the red-nosed jackal. Lovely. So yeah, they're on there for a limited time. And all of the returning rubbish, but we don't want to go through there because that means having to pay real money unless you just grind out hundreds of gold, probably from the Astan matter, which is also insane. So you can around Divinity's Reach, you'll see these Wintersday trees. They'll have the symbol over the top, that kind of candy swirl thing. You'll be able to interact with them once a day per character and get yourself just a free gift. There is a little kind of mini quest to do with the orphans, and I think it's Seymour, the guy in the the priory. One of the priory historian guys, Seymour Oxblood. He tries to make recipes with bloodstone dust, etc., and then you have to feed it to a gruel and stuff. I did it a few years ago, but if you do all of that stuff, you can actually unlock one of these for your home instance. So if you are interested in getting all of the stuff unlocked for that, this is another way of, well, this is another thing that you can do, and it's obviously time gated, much like the candy corn. So with all the kind of Wintersday stuff going on, they also pushed out a small balance update. This is an extra one, by the way. They're not doing balance updates all the time. It's still going to be quarterly, I believe, is the schedule for that, because it's just so much work for them, and I don't blame them. But yeah, there's some massive hits to all of the condi builds because, well, Firebrand is pretty silly, to be fair, but yeah, they're addressing the amount of burst damage that you're able to get, which is a shame really, so I'm going to have to swap back to power, I think, unless I go raiding. But basically means, like, for example, if I go to the patch notes with the Guardian, Judge's Intervention, which is utility skill, where are you? Judge's Intervention, yeah, teleport to your target and burn nearby foes. So that originally had 3 stacks that burned for 3 seconds, but it's now been changed to 1 stack for 8 seconds. So it technically does less damage, it just does it for longer. So I guess you can, if you have 100% condition duration, it's kind of better. You kind of get more out of it. But yeah, you'd be doing a hell of a lot less damage, which is a shame, but whatever. It's for the health of the game, or people just crying about conditions, burning, but never mind. So yeah, there's all those patch notes. I'll put all of that stuff, probably a link to Dolphy or something, in the comment section below. And then, yeah, hopefully we'll have a better guide on how to really farm karma, because I know some of you have been asking, it's like, oh, how did you do that? And it's like, well, the festivals, that's the best way really, since they nerfed the Edge of the Mists. But yeah, Wintersday is the best for karma by a long way. So yeah, that about wraps it up for now. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a good time playing in the festivals and your Christmas period isn't too stressful and you get all of the things that you want. So until the next video, which should be soon-ish, I hope, sometime next week, I hope you have a good week, and I will see you then. Bye!